Hello and welcome back to Cuphead. This is Drama Gaming. I'm your Strawman. Last episode, we killed Beppy the Clown. And I think we had 52 deaths going in. Maybe less. 61. So 9 deaths. At most. Well, it might have been 50. So it could have been 11 deaths. Is my maths on? Anyway. It was, I can't get through here until I've killed this woman. So let's try again. We've done a harder boss. We've got some distance. We've got some perspective. You know, we've had our eyes opened, our chakras aligned, and we are ready to do this. The interesting thing about this game is there's probably, I don't know, probably about 20 hours of content in it for most people. For speedrunners, you know, if each boss takes 3 minutes and there's how many bosses? 15 plus the end bosses? Muffin man. Shaving people. Then we're talking, what did I say, 15? Let's say 17 times 3. So we're talking less than an hour to speedrun this. At normal kind of boss killing. I don't know, 3 minutes is a long boss kill, so easily less than an hour's gameplay total here, potentially. If you're, you know, of elite skill. I don't think I've ever seen a speedrun of it. I'm sure I've seen them listed. Because, you know, if you follow anything from AGDQ on YouTube once, you'll get speedruns in your feed for the next 12 years. So I'm sure I've seen them appear. Okay, I'm glad you're first. I think this guy and Muffin Man are my two choice. I always take damage with him. And my choices for best opener. This guy is not. I've never had candy corn. But it always looks to me like it's ridiculously hard, like it's a construction material. And I know like boiled sweets are hard, but this always looks like cement to me. Like, it looks like it's plastic, is that level of hard. And not like a soft, pliable plastic. Like a really hard, brittle plastic. If you think back to, what's a good soft plastic that's universally relatable? Do you remember mini boglings? Just restart. Mini boggling, they were like, maybe they were rubber. The other one that's going to mind is army men. They were hard, but they were very bendy. Whereas I feel like candy corn is more like, ugh, it's an example of a really hard plastic. I want to say the stuff my water bottle's made of, but you guys don't know which water bottle I have, so it doesn't have the universal appeal of, you know, the army men. Well, squandered that. Please stay. I was gonna say, please stay over there where you can't hit me. About here? No. Let's restart. It's not happening. We need to get to the end with at least 2 health. And we've done that before and, like, messed it up. So even then, it's not 100%. But it will certainly help. Idiotic, man. I'll do this for a bit and then I'll go back and try the genie again. I feel like we were quite close to the end of the genie. Maybe we killed him. I have a vague memory of having killed him. Maybe that was just a beautiful dream. I always, because between the kind of, I don't know, if the bit that goes vertical is the first piece and you number them clockwise, then it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This, between the 5th and 6th piece, you can stand kind of just left of center and you won't get hit, but I always overestimate it and stand at the kind of the 6th position. So are we on the 1st or 2nd wave? Sorry, the 2nd or 3rd wave. I'm guessing the 2nd. Yep. Well, I've come this far. Okay, we're gonna die. I'm not a big fan of variants like this in these high skill unforgiving games. And it's probably the bane of speedrunners. I bet this boss has ended more speedruns than a lot of others. Jelly bean person, you must not be allowed to live. Okay, it's possible. And I don't think smoke dash is that useful in this one, other than for the candy corn. I completely forgot what I was doing there. So maybe the 4th hit point might be useful. Because I only really need it for the candy corn, the smoke dash, and he doesn't come out that often. What is it? Charm. Slightly less damage, and I will placebo myself into oblivion.
Here's a real high-class bout. And begin!
I was also watching the footage, and I think I was doing the genie, and I was like, oh, I don't get the 4 hit points when I'm in the plane, when my HP is clearly at 4. I don't know what crack I was smoking for that video. But I'm aware of it. It's okay. I'm glad he died, because I was up a certain creek without a certain paddle. Muffin Man, the Muffin Man. Jelly bean people. This is where I'm going to feel that lack of damage. Okay. If I do this without getting hit once... Oh my goodness, it's the best possible combination, I think. Oh, well, I got... Okay, this is the best chance I've ever had by a long shot. Wait for him to start moving, and then hit him with the old razzle-dazzle. Where? Okay. Whoa. That... You need to keep it going up and down. So I don't really need that 4th hit point, but I think maybe the confidence is what makes the difference. You know, they say that with women as well. That's a really weird place to take that. But maybe there's more truth to it than I thought. You know, if I can, I don't even know where I could possibly take this line of thought. So we didn't finish this one. But that's okay. It means we can progress and try something new. A run and gun. A Boyd. There's a shop and a mausoleum. 2 coins. Let's not do anything with. Let's try the run and gun. Fun fair fever. I've had such fun at the fair already.
Here goes!
Okay, you're Hitler.
It's on!
I haven't got my smoke dash, I'll have to remember. Are you? Oh, you're a good guy. These balloons die less easily. Oh, and have... Right, and fire bullets out. Great. So perhaps my life is just better if I avoid them. This is like... Yeah, the luggage from Discworld. Well, we're going to keep going for the practice. Oh, so his ball speeds up. That's interesting. That doesn't count for parries. Okay, so something's going to shoot these. Oh.
It's on!
What? My brain just completely left me there.
Here goes!
I'm going away for a few days to Edinburgh. our great nation's capital. And then London for a few days. A slightly greater nation, well, greater in terms of, you know, size and population. Perhaps objectively less great in other ways. Another nation's capital. And it is Britain's capital, I think. For all you history nerds, yes, or geography nerds, I am well aware that Britain is an island, so it's a bit more complicated than that, or whatever, but I don't care. It was just a joke about how I like Scotland more than I like England. But I am ultimately English, so it's not xenophobic or bigoted. You know, I'm allowed to say that. It's one of those. Okay. It's going okay. So now we're just getting a combination of all previously seen. That dickhead's still alive, I see. All previously seen elements. Seems like a fairly simple pattern to avoid. This has to be a mid-level boss. This can't be the end of the level. Shit. No. Yep, this seems consistent with my expectations. What do? You're some sort of pretzel / meth addict. I tracked that all the way in. But okay, that seems quite doable. Get bent, sir. You are a bad person and I do not respect you. It's fine. Just gonna keep on. You betrayed me, trampoline. Look at the foreground detail, man. I know it's authentic. It's authentic, but it's kind of annoying.
Here goes.
Don't betray me again, trampoline. You and me, we're in this together. Okay, so the string doesn't hurt me. That's what something I have been quite worried about is whether or not the string could hurt me. Turns out it can't. Well, I don't know how big the hitbox is, so again, better to avoid. Ultimately. Come down here. I don't know why I didn't jump. Put that, what I would call needlessly close. Go to the back. Will there be another boss at the end if this is only a midway boss? I mean, I would assume so. What are you, like, coward? Can you handle one boss for a horrible level? Could you stop spooging at me? Please, you horrible man? I wonder if the location of these is random. I pressed Y! He's literally dead. Oh my word. But yes, there's nothing here we can't do. This is probably the hardest bit in terms of minimizing damage taken. Dumb, but okay. I don't know. My brain keeps telling me, press Y, you'll enjoy it. I'm like, shut up, brain, you're a stupid monkey. I evolved to ignore you years ago. It's good that there's iframes after. Oh my sausages. Huh. I mean, don't get me wrong, no shenanigans going on there on my part, but I felt like I was past that enemy. Trampoline boy. Dash back. Oh, I thought I had smoke dash. Do you know what? If you take damage on the first, well, second enemy, just restart. Look at this clown. Like, he looks less creepy than most, but still. Okay. Bounce me. Come back here and bounce me. Lovely. Why not take easily avoidable damage on one where it's going quite well? If you're not ruining it for yourself, are you even trying? The answer, of course, is yes. And that is a foolish argument made by a stupid person. Just die, thank you. Okay, 3 health. With absolutely no reason to take damage. Other than... Don't know why I made that so hard on myself, but I was fairly committed to it. So now we're just dodging Spooge. Well, at least it took the damage on my terms. I'm like, no, I'm not going to get hit by your ketchup. It's disgusting. Not ketchup, but the fact that he would throw it at me in such a uncouth fashion. Lovely. My little hydroponics kit behind my monitor. It's growing herbs. Let's not get into anything. The light turned off and it completely threw me because it's a super bright light because it's 60 watts of LEDs, but it's replicating sunlight, so it really is a bright glare. So like my whole sense of my whole perception of depth changed suddenly while I was fighting that hot dog. Sentences you never really thought you'd say. So that's the other one and gone, which I have to... Nothing's animated here, so I don't know what they want me to do. Okay, is there anything I actually want to buy? Chaser, noob trap. Great coverage with average damage. Medium range with good damage with a slow effort. So let's try the lobber. What does the coffee do? Try the lobber. Ah, charge. There we go. So we'll save our money for charge. Charge shot. Goodbye. Sounds like a black metal singer. Maybe he was. Maybe he only sells objet d'art and weapons on the side. Hmm. So have you spoken with Quadratus, the watery being across the aisle? Sorry. Microphone got a little bit banged there. That is something few others can claim. Okay. Let's do this and get a more powerful... Or just a different... Because I think the special... This gives us... Just, makes us invincible for a short time, which is useful. Don't get me wrong. Like, if you're towards the ends of a boss fight and you just don't want to have to worry, you can just put maximum damage output, then that could be quite good. So those guys are quite hard to hit. That was way too close. Yep. And smacky. If they start coming in like one rotating one way, one the other, I'll probably lose. Dip. Ghost shouldn't have mustaches. Ah, that was clutch. I know if I rooted around here I could find something special for you. Didn't know I'd get trapped again. Thanks for saving me a second time. Take this magical super art and I'll see if I can find you another. She can. I think it is invincibility. Yeah. Cross the astral plane to become invulnerable for a short time. I'm gonna stick with... do you know what? I'll give it a try. And also... Let's use a lobber. Because I've never even seen it used. It is perplexing to me that... I can't even see what that wants me to do. Maybe... Right, let's try the bird, because it was on the bird. What are we at? 22 thirds. Where am I going? Here's the bitch. Is this a plain one?
A great slam and then some.
So I've got two plain ones to do. So we're gonna fire eggs that break into shrapnel. Okay. Okay, I've mastered that. You've got pins? So if you stay at the back, that shrapnel can't hit you, it looks like. Yeah, they all break forwards. None of them break, like, normal to the direction of travel. Did I mean normal? I mean perpendicular. None of them go straight vertically or horizontally. Oh good, bullet hell stuff. My absolute not forte. I am so bad at bullet hell. And there's no reason it's weird. You can watch yourself making a mistake and just keep making it. Like, I'm gonna hit that thing. Like, you feel like, well, I say you just feel powerless to stop it. It's like, well, this is happening. I have full control of this and can just change direction immediately and it would not happen. But instead, there, okay. I'm not a huge fan of these levels. Like, they're not bad. But they do feel more like a novelty than an actual addition to the game. Like, I feel like this is something that's stuck into a game that's kind of ran out of ideas. Like, oh, we need to keep people engaged a little bit longer. But I guess it's one of the two kind of core mechanics. Okay, so that's easier than I gave it credit for. I wish it'd stop though. That. Very mindful of doing that. Okay, what have we got now? Do I have to come inside your circle of terror? Maybe this would be a good time to completely cock it up. Ah! You brought a gun to a gunfight. We've talked about that. And how I'm not okay with it. Who gave this chicken a gun anyway? Eat bombs, you turkey-looking bitch. Please, just die. Just die. Just die. Just die. Just die. You're getting bombed directly in the face. That's fairly lethal normally. Did you see me take a hit there? If that counts against my HP total at the end. But my number didn't go down, so it probably won't. So this should say 2. B minus? Yeah. A B minus with no parries kind of makes me think they might be a little bit soft. So I still haven't tried the lob. Lovely rainbow bridge. So, just got this one to do. And I still haven't had a chance to try out my lobber. 27 minutes. Come on, let's do this first time. I don't want to cut you short and then give you 27 minutes of content. Cats, yes. And skull. Slowly avoid. No need to get flustered. Even though something deeply irritating happened. Okay, where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Okay, and up again. Lovely. So now it's the cosmic brain, isn't it? And after this is the Master of Puppets. Oh, the ghosts can die, just like you have to dodge them. It's just the eyes you have to worry about, really. And the fast ghosts. So I recognise my weapons are doing slightly less damage, and that's why my time's now like 2.5 minutes versus 2 minutes, I think. Or I'm just a garbage player, which, don't get me wrong, is true. I forgot I can parry. I forgot I had bombs as well. Does he always come to the same conclusion? Yeah. Okay, so I'm a lot less tired today, so that feels a lot less overwhelming than it did yesterday, or whatever. Not so much less overwhelming that I'm going to avoid getting hit by it, of course. Oh, what fresh absolute hell is this? Right. Okay, that's confusing.
A brawl is surely brewing. It's on.
It can be a little hard to know what will and won't do you damage here. Okay, the cats. And the flaming skull. Never forget about the flaming skull. If you parry the pink one, it's just one less thing to look at. Or to dodge. And I do think a successful successful. That's a... It's not a Freudian slip, I don't know what that is. Okay. This bit classically hasn't been that bad. Messed that ghost up good and proper. I've always assumed, and I've always seen people playing this. Sausages. So this is just a practice run. I've seen people playing this, assuming that if you hit one of the ads like that, it doesn't do damage to the actual boss's health pool. Which seems a reasonable assumption to me. Right.
Here's a real high-class bout.
Okay, go again. Last attempt for this video, I think. Cats. Skull. Parry. Lovely. Okay, so you don't get much invincibility, it would appear. When you take that first hit, like... Yeah, wasted that last one. When you take that first hit, any real benefit from the health upgrade is... I don't know if it's removed, because it's a hit you would have taken anyway. I don't know, it just suddenly feels a lot less useful at that point. I mean, that's meaningless. That's like saying, you know, if you get given £1 million, if you spend £1 million and you got no benefit from that £1 million, which is just so idiotic, I can't even believe I have to, you know, I have to correct myself. It's just an obviously idiotic statement. You know things are desperate when you're like, what should I do? Page in my brain, like, brain, we need some content. It's like, make the noise the gun's making? I'm like, but brain, that's already doing that. I'm like, shut up, you nerd. Just do it. So I did it, because, you know, what brain says goes. Unless it says something productive, but let's be real, it never does. You've got a dissertation during in a week, should you start that? Like, you could, but, you know, you're not really in a very dissertation-y place. I think you'd agree. I'm like, no, what kind of place am I in? I'm like, depression nap, maybe? I'm like, yeah, let's have a depression nap. Or, you know, drinking binge. And, you know, all good stuff. I don't like you. Pinocchio looking at bitch. I'm like John Cena, you can't see me, but you can, but you can't hit me. That was his follow-up rap album. So the one with the so I don't know if that does damage the beam. I assume it does, or maybe that just activates the pyramid. Okay. So I was gonna stop. Which I will do. No, we'll do this one. I can't stop at the start of a fight. That's just rude. Where's the skull? Always remember the skull. Where's the pink one? There. Nailed it. Yep. Oh, I've been betrayed. I was gonna use my super. That would have been a waste. You do build, to be fair, you do build a lot of super in this. Maybe that's because I'm using a slightly less powerful weapon, so I get more hits. Like, more hits per stage, so I'm more likely to have my super ready. I doubt, I assume my super just does less damage as well now, to compensate for that, what would otherwise be a benefit. Can't let players have too much fun now. Yep. There we go. How many eyes do you need? Because I'll tell you these. I know they're meant to be like planets like Saturn. Only the Jovian. Because I think all the Jovian planets technically have rings. Like I know you can't really see them on Jupiter, but it does have rings. Very, very faint ones. So it hit me, and I got the... Well, that's the end of the video. If you liked the episode, hit that like button, leave a comment down below saying what you liked about it. If you didn't like the episode, hit that dislike button, leave a comment down below saying what you didn't like about it. I mean, new content every single day, so if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. It's been Strawman Gaming. I've been your Strawman. I'll see you tomorrow.
I'm Mr. King Dice. I'm the gamest in the land. I never play nice. I'm the devil's right-hand man. I can't let you pass, 'cause you ain't done everything.